Okay, it's day 62, part 7, and this is your congressional report. There is a groundswell here on the Capitol grounds here of what did Andrew McCabe do? Something happened with the testimony. It went wildly off the rails, and there was quite a few inconsistencies, and I can't answer that in the testimony. And the subpoenas, I do believe, are coming. This is kind of either or. I mean, either the FBI has the government or the people have the government. And we're really down to that. Now, again, I say it's very few conspirators. I've said that since the beginning, less than 5. And I think I've named all 5. Now, there are other people who've been brought in and swept up in the conspiracy. I think Theresa Grafenstine is going to be one of those people. She responded today with a 32-page document. All this law quoted frivolous again. If you can quote frivolous, if you could really seriously, with a straight face, ask the judge, hey, I let this spy ring come in here at least 12 years ago, 13 years ago. All these hacks have occurred, like at DHS, OPM, all these other hacks. Yet I didn't, even though there were all these hacks to our military sites and so forth, I let these folks have free reign of the most sensitive data on the Hill. I let them have passwords to the chairman of the Democratic Party. Oh, by the way, they were logging in every hour, 7,000 illegal logins. I didn't think it was important to say anything before the elections that seem to be so important now to save the democracy, right? So then, oh yeah, there was this thing of $100,000 with iPhones. Yeah, that was malfeasance and fraud. Yeah, it didn't seem so important. Yeah, I covered it up to push it back by the election. Yeah, that wasn't, that's no cause of action. Oh yeah, there was, when we found out we were going to lose, we stole 20 phones, or Juan stole 20 phones. I didn't really want to mention that, to anyone. I didn't want to come forward to the Inspector General. We just had another hack in Fort Belvoir with the Inspector General there. That came from a private citizen, not an Inspector General. We had that DHS hack in April for other 256,000 cases, or sorry, 156,000 cases. Then, oh yeah, they banned him for the network, but well, let's go ahead and just let him have access when he gets caught, or the computer and the hard drives are found over there in Rayburn office building, right? So now we'll waive that. That is not, now remember, I didn't charge her with fraud. I just said breach of fiduciary duty. That's all I said. I said, you've breached your fiduciary duty. I didn't charge fraud. I didn't charge anything like that. I just said you breached your fiduciary duty. So then, oh yeah, you're going to get off from that. I go and identify all the things at Taggart's house, the government equipment. That's still not enough signal. Theresa Grafenstine at this time is still the Inspector General, has said nothing, has issued no report, no public report about this, right? Then we find out that they've been under indictment since November, right? The indictments come out in June, and Ron Juan's arrested. Still, Theresa Grafenstine doesn't come forward with what happened in all this litany of break-ins and police actions and reports. Capitol Police, as well as, didn't seem to mention threatening the people in this cafeteria right over here, that their family would be tortured from Pakistan. So, laugh it up while you're in the house cafeteria. There was complaints over here with the credit union system, people in the credit union system complaining. There was people then also complaining in the PeopleSoft section, the human resources section of the chief of architects, or chief information officer, chief administrative officer, the CAO's office. So all these things are happening, but it's me. I'm the one who's frivolous. Yeah, I'm the one who said, you breached America's fundamental rights and their fundamental precepts and ideas of government, and you've thrown it over through breach of fiduciary responsibility, right, to some other foreign organization. So I would think now would be the time of catharsis and coming forward and saying, well, this guy, didn't charge me with about 20 of the things I did wrong. He only got me on the most minor thing. And yeah, I'll go ahead and just, cave. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but it just was comical, the 32 pages of law, when there's a fundamental question here, which you were sleeping at the switch. You're sleeping at the switch, and that's your fiduciary duty. And they were up here Forget about the $160,000 a year they were all making, including a 24-year-old that just got here, okay, making more than the chiefs of staff. Almost more than some of the freshman reps, the freshman congressmen that got voted in by 900,000 people. So this is a breach of fiduciary duty is a light accusation. So it was comical. Obviously, we're going to respond to it. I responded with my motion has been entered against the Podesta group, a motion in opposition. So that was nice to see the court enter that. And frivolous, they seem to enter my motions quicker. So I did put in certificates of service for the two motions that I filed. So hopefully Hasib Barana's motion will go in soon. And hopefully, well, I'll respond to Theresa Grafenstine tomorrow and enter that. But this isn't going the right way. I mean, there are FBI agents now, Kallstrom, saying, hey, we got to come forward. We can't just let this, you know, a gang run. Gang is running our Congress. I mean, it's ridiculous.